Indicators here. Happy weekend, happy weekend. Welcome to our weekend kind of tradition that's starting here is we go back to the trading week. We got a little back to the future theme here. And this is where we jump on here each and every weekend and we look back at the previous week and we show you how you could have stayed on the right side of the tracks using the Maverick indicators. So this is going to be a fun one, I think. We'll see. I'm going to go through the entire week, Monday through Friday, and we're going to try and make $750 per day. And the last couple of weekends, or at least the last 2 or 3 weekends, we've been doing this with an indicator called the Maverick Radar. And the Maverick Radar is an absolute game changer. It's been a game changer for me. I know it's been a game changer for a lot of folks in the Maverick indicators community. And what it does is it monitors 1 to 2 to 3 symbols, and it lets you know if you have an A+ setup, a B setup, or no setup. And we're calling it the ultimate trading assistant because this thing is just, again, changing the game for so many folks. Go back and watch that. We've so many winning weeks there when we go back Monday through Friday and we literally put this thing to the test and blindly take A+ setups. More times than not, it works in our favor. It's just so awesome. So, but we're not going to do the Maverick Radar. We've done that 3 weeks in a row, and you guys see me using it every single day trading. What I want to do today is I want to use one of our indicators, which is the Maverick Orb indicator. And it pretty much outlines the opening range breakout, gives you potential opening range signals. But this is a really popular strategy right now, especially the 5-minute opening range breakout strategy. But I want to show you how the Maverick indicators could bring edge to that strategy, okay, to that strategy. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the orb strategy, but we're going to combine it with our Maverick AI Pro, one of our flagship indicators. And I'm going to show you how this can keep you from getting faked out. This can keep you on the right side of the tracks. And it's really cool. And what do I mean by that? If you're unfamiliar with the orb strategy, let me just really quickly break it down for you. And then we're going to hit the charts and we're going to go Monday through Friday. And we're going to try and make at least $750 per day using this basic strategy. So if you're unfamiliar, opening range breakout, really simple. You have your opening candle right here. You mark the high and you mark the low, and there is your range. And essentially what you're doing is you're waiting for a break and a close above or below that range. When that happens, you jump into your trade. You take a trade right here at the close and you enter, and then the thought process there is you're breaking the range and you're going to continue to the downside if you're taking a short, or continue to the upside if you're taking a long. A lot of people wait for a retest of that range, but I'm going to keep it super duper simple here. So if you were to take this strategy right here and not wait for a retest, you're more than welcome to do that. I know that's in a lot of people's strategies, but let's say you were just going to take the break, the opening range break. All you're basing this on is essentially red and green candles. So if this thing starts coming back up, you're like, man, I followed the strategy. I jumped in at a break and a close below the opening range, and you just hit your stop loss, okay? So you're kind of blindly going into this thing. Even at a retest, you're kind of blind if you're using just red and green candles on how you're judging this thing, all right? But when we combine the opening range breakout plus the Maverick AI Pro, which colors your candles to the data we're seeing underneath the hood, and I'll show you that in a second on the chart, it's actually coloring your candles to a formula we're judging, buying, or selling data. So now you have your opening range right here. Here's your opening range, just like before. And this sucker, now you got a gray candle. Gray candle means indecision. And then you get a red candle and you're like, okay, red is your second strongest downside color. And now you got another gray candle. Here, we wouldn't even think about getting in because gray candles usually right here mean indecision. And that means we're staying out. So when this sucker comes back up, like in the previous example, we're not even shocked because we would never enter in a gray candle. Now, let's say that this sucker had in the opening range, we had a gray candle, indecision. Now you got a red candle, and now you got a hot pink candle. We have a saying, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. Well, guess what, folks? Here, I'm getting in. I'm getting in because my confidence level is super high that it's just going to continue to the downside, okay? So this is the edge that the Maverick AI Pro can bring to the basic orb strategy. So again, we're going to be combining the Maverick orb with the Maverick AI Pro for ultimate edge, all right? So here's the rules of the game. Again, we got this back to the future theme we do every single weekend. Back to the trading week, I wanna show you how these indicators could have kept you on the right side of the track. So we're gonna go Monday through Friday. We're not gonna skip a day. We're not gonna do Monday and only Friday and then skip Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna do Monday through Friday. We're not gonna skip a day. We're gonna stick to the same rules. We're gonna trade ES. But I just want to be clear, you can use our indicators on futures, stocks, crypto, Forex. We have traders that trade it all right? As long as you can chart it on NinjaTrader or TradingView, you are good. We're going to be on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. We're going to be trading the 5-minute orb strategy, which is just super popular right now. For some reason, it's super popular. My charts are always Eastern Standard Time. I forget to tell you guys that. And we have a lot of international traders as well. So we're New York, Wall Street, Eastern Standard Time. I always keep my charts to that. And also, by the way, for those of you who own our indicators, we are on the default settings. We will be on the default settings. And here's the thing, folks. You guys know I love to tie one arm behind our back to really show how powerful these indicators are. We're going to be looking to make $750 per day, but we're going to set our stop loss at 1,500. We're going to do a 2x risk to reward. Now, why am I doing that? Because I have so much confidence in our indicators that if we lose 2 days, we're going to wipe out our entire week. If we just have 2 out of 5 losing days, we're going to completely wipe out our week. So again, I just want to really stack the odds against these indicators. So we're going to be looking to make $750 per day using this orb strategy plus the Maverick AI Pro. So let's get into it. All right, so let's take a look at Monday. Before we do that though, let me give you like a 1-minute spin around on our indicators that we're going to be looking at. Now, one of our flagship indicators is the Maverick Radar, which you guys have seen me use over and over and over again every single day when I trade. We've done recaps where we've only taken A+ setups from the Maverick Radar, which literally grades the setup and gives you a no grade, a B grade, or an A+ setup to the upside or the downside. We're not even going to use that today, all right? So, but go back and check it. It is like one of the game-changing indicators out there. What we're going to do today is we're pretty much focusing on the orb strategy and using the Maverick AI Pro. So really quickly, the Maverick AI Pro, what it's doing is it's coloring your candles to the data, this formula we have going on in the background versus just price and direction. So normally your chart looks like red and green candles, right? And that just tells you price and direction. What you're getting from the Maverick AI Pro is one of our formulas that we created that will look at the severity of the data, meaning buying data versus selling data. So right here, here's a great example of it. Now this is 5 in the morning, but if you look, you had a sell signal here from the Maverick signals, tons of down confidence arrows. These are just confidence arrows. They're not buy and sell signals. They're just to let you know you're moving in the right direction. And what the Maverick AI Pro is doing is it's coloring your candles to the data. So red is your second strongest downside data. Hot pink is your strongest downside data. So we have a saying, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Let me see if I could find some bright greens. This is middle of the night. Okay, so here you go. This was at 3 in the afternoon the day before. Green is your second strongest upside candle. Bright green is your strongest upside candle. We have a saying, if you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Beautiful buy signal here too. So you can have the confidence when you get into a bright green candle, as long as you're not heading into, a 4-hour zone or something like that. You do need to know how to trade. The Maverick AI Pro is giving you that edge that you know what's going on underneath the hood. I always say, think of this as like a heat map. Bright green's your strongest upside candle, okay? Hot pink, I'm kind of squished down, but these are big moves here. Hot pink is your strongest downside candle. It's beautiful sell signal, beautiful sell signal. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, look at this move. This is insane. Look at another beautiful sell signal, and it just pushed all the way down. And you knew, even as it was retracing and data to the downside was cooling off, because red is your second strongest downside, pink is your strongest. So again, think of it like a heat map. Boom, comes down pink. You're cooling off a little as you have to retrace. I mean, that's what the market does. And then boom, it just keeps coming down. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. And then the Maverick Trender, what this line is doing is, this is when the Maverick Trender is pegged to the top, that is showing massive strength and momentum to the downside if it's red, to the upside if it's green. But we're not going to be using even the Maverick Multi-X, 5 traders all voting every single tick. We're just primarily going to be focusing on the Maverick AI Pro and the orb strategy. All right. All right, cool. So let me get to Monday here. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's look at Monday. We'll start with Monday. We're not going to skip a day. We're going to go Monday through Friday, and we are going to go through this exercise. For those of you that own the Maverick indicators, I am using all just default settings. So these are just all of the default settings if you want to follow along at home. All right, so here we go. You guys know the rules. We're going to wait for that first 5-minute candle. Here you go. Here's your opening range. Here's your 5-minute opening range. Maverick orb indicator. We'll just color it blue if we're in the middle, green if we're above, red if we're below. And we're going to wait for a break and a close above or below the orb, the opening range rather. Okay, so here we go. We got red candles. So here's our break. Here is our break. But what do you notice? You still have lingering downside data. You still have lingering downside data. Remember, the Maverick AI Pro is like a heat map. It's coloring your candles to the data underneath the hood. So we have red candles still. I need to shake loose this downside data. I don't want to take a long on a red candle. Even though it broke, so the rest of the world is jumping in right here, which might be fine. I don't know. So that's why this signal here says potential orb, potential opening range break, because we need to make sure that the candle color is right using the Maverick AI Pro. This is where the edge is going to come from. So now we've gone from red, your second strongest downside data candle. Now it's cooling off. Now you got a gray indecision candle. Another gray candle. We like to stay out of gray candles. We don't normally get into gray candles because gray means indecision or reversal, but we want confirmation. Boy, we got a buy signal right here, so that tells me a lot. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Maverick Trender's pegged to the top down here, and you got an uptrend label, so this is really interesting. You got the break, you got a buy signal, you're cooling off on the downside data. Now you got gray candles. Okay, so gray candle again, we're not getting in. Indecision, it's the market is making a decision here. These are 5-minute candles, by the way. All right, so here's your first bright green candle, up confidence arrow. We're above the orb, right? Or the opening range rather. So we're gonna buy. We're gonna buy in. We're going to set our profit target at 750. We're going to set our stop loss at double because, man, if we lose 1 or 2 days, it's going to wreck our whole week. And that's, I kind of want to tie one hand behind our back to show you these indicators. Okay, so here we go. We got an up confidence arrow. We got a green candle. And let's see where this one goes. We now have bright green candles. We now have your strongest buying data underneath the hood. So here we go. Let's see where this one goes. Boom. All right, first candle broke through it. There is your 750. Let me show you guys. Boom. There's your P&L. There's your 750. We took almost no heat on that trade because we had such tremendous upside buying data right here. Very, very little heat on that trade. That was sweet. All right, so that is Monday. And see how, can I just point out something real quick before we go to Tuesday? Is that the rest of the world, this would have been a red candle. The rest of the world, this would have been a red candle. So a lot of folks would have jumped in, probably somewhere around here, waiting for a break and a close, right? Can I just show this real quick? So you get in here, and then breaking above, then it starts to retrace, red candle, probably would have gotten stopped out, I mean, for most folks. And then boom, but what we saw was, we said, no, we're not getting in yet. We're gonna wait for confirmation of a green or a bright green candle. We wanna know that the data underneath the hood is truly to the upside. So even though we got the signal here, potential opening range break, we had red candles. We said, and look guys, you touched here, you touched here, and you touched here. You came all the way back down 15 minutes, almost in a row. You had this candle here. But most folks would have gotten stopped out. I probably would have. If I was just had red and green candles, I probably would have set my stop loss and gotten stopped out. So we got the buy signal, but still on gray candles. We wanted confirmation of what is the data underneath the hood. Once we got that, boom, we flew up. First candle, we hit our goal, 750 on for Monday. So we got our first win on Monday. Let's go look at Tuesday. All right, so here we are on Tuesday. I'll put my cursor there so you guys can see. Market's about to open Tuesday, 24th of March, 9:25. Again, I can't rewrite history here. And if you missed it, for my folks that own the indicators, we are just on all the default settings here. By the way, we're not even using the Maverick Radar, the ultimate trading assistant down here. I even took it off my screen, but that is like the #1 game changer that I've ever experienced. So go check that out. The Maverick Radar gives you, grades your setup. No setup, a B setup, or an A+ setup. Absolute game changer for myself and many folks in our community. Okay, so here is Tuesday, March 24th. Got a beautiful sell signal up here. Beautiful sell signal up here. And man, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data. Tons of down confidence arrows. Just very, very bearish coming into the market open. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. And your Maverick trender's pegged and you have a downtrend label. So this will be interesting. But you never know what's going to happen once the market opens, right? All right, so here we go. Here is your first candle. Look at that gray, either indecision or reversal candle, but we don't get in on gray candles. We do not get in on gray candles, but here's your opening range. It's blue box because we're still in between. So there you go. All right. So boom, total rejection. That's pretty fascinating. I guess this is why a lot of folks like the 5-minute opening range. Total rejection right here. Red candle, which is your second strongest downside candle. All 5 traders are still bearish, but you did lose your Maverick trender, so this will be interesting. You're still in your opening range. All right, so there you go. So there's your potential opening range break. You have a hot pink candle. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Got a good, decent amount of rejection here, but we are breaking, and we did get a closure below the opening range. So we're going to take this thing, we're going to hit sell, take profits going to be 750, and stop loss is going to be 1500. Again, if we lose one day, it's going to wreck. Well, it'll take away 2 days. It'll take away 2 days. We lose twice this week, we're screwed on the week, right? So again, I like to stack the odds against us. All right. So here we go. So here is your opening range break. We're in. We got our take profit here. We got our stop loss here. And we have hot pink candles. Boom. You just hit it in your first candle. There's your 750 bucks on the P&L. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All 5 traders are very, very bearish across 6 time frames. Maverick trenders firing. So now we're 2 for 2. We won Monday, we won Tuesday. Let's check out Wednesday. All right, here we are on Wednesday. How do I stay out of the chop? Don't get into gray candles. Don't get into gray candles. How do I stay out of the chop? Don't get into gray candles. Okay. Again, remember, we're a software indicator company. We do not sell any courses on how to trade. I'm just showing you how the software and how the indicators really work with some of these popular strategies like the opening range, and how the Maverick indicators could totally keep you on the right side of the tracks many, many days. All right, so here we go. So this is March 25th, 9:20. I still got to go a little ways. Hang on one second. Okay, so here we go, 9:25. So market's about to open. Got gray indecision candles. Boom, nice pop up. Bright green candle, very strong upside data candle here. We got a buy signal right off the market open. That's beautiful. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen, but we got to see. This is the first opening candle. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. This one should be interesting. Okay, so buy signal, Maverick trender is pegged to the top. Let's see. Okay, so we broke the opening range, but we closed below it. So we need a break and a close above the opening range. Okay, so this is interesting. We're staying in between here. Oh, total reversal. Total reversal. So you had a strong, this is why I don't get in right when the market opens. Lots of strong upside data. Now we're using replay and I'm going bar by bar. So we're not getting the nuance of these candles. We're just getting like just the flat decisiveness candle by candle. But now we got what? Now we have a potential opening range break, a potential one. Why is it potential? Well, we broke it and we closed below it. Yeah, but this is a gray candle. Gray candles means indecision or reversal. Imagine if you got into one of these gray candles, okay? So we're not getting in yet. We're gonna wait for more confirmation. There's our confirmation. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink, all right? All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Maverick trender is now flipped to a downtrend. So we're gonna get in. So here we go. You guys know the rules, 750, we're gonna try and make, and we're gonna risk 1,500. We're gonna do a 2-to-1 to stack the odds against us. All right, so now remember, we gotta hit this green line before we hit this orange line. All right, here we go. Let's see here, sell signal, beautiful, woo! Yep, we took some heat on this one. We definitely took some heat on this one. We have a sell signal, but we still have hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. So we're up about $412. We did take some heat during that candle, but we're up about $412. So we're halfway there. Beautiful sell signal. So let's see how beautiful it is. It's got to keep going down. There you go. Boom. We just hit our profit target. There's your 750 bucks right there. So man, we are 3 for 3, looking to make 750 bucks off the open using not just the opening range break, but the Maverick AI Pro to make sure that we're definitely getting into the direction we want to get into, because the Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data underneath the hood, not just price and direction. All right, so far for the week, we are up 2,250 bucks. Let's see what we can do here on Thursday and Friday. So let's look at Thursday and then we'll do Friday. All right, so here is Thursday. So this is a perfect example right here. Let me zoom in so you can see it. This is such a cool example of how the Maverick AI Pro acts like a heat map. Second strongest downside candle, strongest downside candle. But by the way, this is 8:30 a.m. Market's not open, okay? Then downside data started to cool off, gray reversal, green. So it's going through, it's like a heat map. It's so stinking cool. All right, so here we go. Market open. You can see my cursor down here, 9:25 a.m. Thursday, March 26th. Again, I cannot rewrite history. I cannot rewrite history. Okay, first opening candle, gray indecision candle. There's your opening range. There's your opening range. Do we get into gray candles? No, we do not. We do not. Okay, so potential opening range break. But what is it? It's a gray candle. Gray candles mean indecision or reversal. I want more confirmation. So when the rest of the world's getting in here, I'm sitting back. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. Okay. And did that not pay off? Did that not pay off? So when the rest of the world closed and broke below this opening range, I didn't get in because it's a gray candle. Okay, and then look at this sucker pop up. Bright green candle, your strongest upside candle. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. All right, so we're getting in. And we're going to go take profit, 750. Stop loss, 1,500. We're doing a 2-to-1 or 1-to-2, however you want to say it. What a monster candle. Now, I normally don't like to get in right after a monster candle, but let's see where this one goes. Next candle, up confidence arrow, boom, pushed right through. Absolutely awesome. There's your 750 right there. You took like no heat on this sucker on your way to Profitville. So see how the Maverick AI Pro is keeping you on the right side of the tracks when it comes to this orb strategy? I mean, again, the whole world piled in if they're doing the 5-minute. Some people do the 5-minute, some people do a 15-minute, some people do a 30-minute. It all depends. Your indicator, this indicator, you can set it for whatever you want. But if you're doing the 5-minute strategy, which is super popular right now, how many people got just spanked? And then this next candle ripped their face off, right? So unbelievable. All right, so we won on Monday, we won on Tuesday, we won on Wednesday, and now we won on Thursday. So that brings our grand total so far for the week to $3,000. So that's pretty sweet. So even if we lose tomorrow or Friday, whatever you want to say it, we have 1 day left. We got to look at Friday. Even if we lose that day, we'll still be up $1,500 on the week, which is just like, I mean, just follow we're clicking a mouse. We're following the colors. This isn't hard stuff. Am I right? All right, cool. So let's look at Friday and let's see how we would have done. All right, so here we are on Friday. Man, we had a ball. I didn't even post all of our trades because it was just like amazing. Posted a couple futures trades. We took some options trades. If you go back, Microsoft just melted right off the open. We had nothing but hot pink candles right off the open. And that sucker just flew down for like the first, I don't know, 45 minutes or hour or something. I can't really remember. And I just got into one contract of Microsoft. So whether you're trading crypto, whether you're trading futures, we're trading futures right now, whether you're trading stocks, whether you're trading options, Forex, like as long as you can chart it on NinjaTrader and TradingView, like you're good to go. But man, we just had so much fun. Okay, so let's take a look at, and by the way, like I always tell you guys, I know tons of profitable traders that haven't traded a Friday in years because Fridays can be completely unpredictable. But let's take a look. We're already up $3,000 on the week. We've had 4 out of 4 wins. And let's take a look here. So we got gray candles coming right into the market open. I just want to point that out. You had indecision right here. Remember, we don't get into gray candles. Here's your first candle, red candle, second strongest downside candle. All 5 traders who have a completely different style are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Here's your opening range. No Maverick trender yet because you're reversing. So let's see where this sucker goes. Okay, so hot pink candle, your strongest downside data candle, but we didn't break and close below the opening range. Okay, market's kind of, this is a Friday, right? This is an absolute Friday. All right, cool. So now what's happening here? Boom, okay? So now we have a break and a close below the opening range. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. You have a potential orb break, right? Opening range break. All 5 traders are still bearish across 6 time frames. Let's see how this one plays out. So we're going to sell. We're going to try and take profit for 750. We're going to do a 2-to-1 or 1-to-2. And again, we got to hit this green line before we hit this orange line. All right, that's the name of the game here. All right, so let's see. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All 5 traders are voting bearish across multiple time frames, but we do not have the Maverick trender firing yet. So here we go. Down confidence arrow. Down confidence arrow. Unstinking believable. There's your 750. There's your 750 right there. We took like, did we even take any heat? There's like no wick. We took like 0 heat on this entire, I mean, you took like 0 heat on this trade, and this thing just absolutely popped down. Unstinking believable. All right, so quick kind of recap of what were our rules. We went through Monday through Friday. We did not skip a day. We traded ES. We were on the 5-minute chart. Again, for those of you who already have the Maverick indicators, we were on all the default settings. My charts, by the way, are always set to Eastern Standard Time. I forget to tell you guys that, and I see it in the comments when we do these weekly recaps. We did a take profit of 750 and a stop loss of 1500, meaning a 2x risk to reward to really stack the odds against us, that if we had one oopsie or 2 bad days, it was going to wipe out our entire week. I wanted to tie one arm behind our back and show you how truly special these indicators are. So when you combine the orb strategy with the AI Pro, the Maverick AI Pro, it can be pretty magical. So Monday we did 750, Tuesday 750, Wednesday 750, Thursday 750, Friday with little to no heat whatsoever, we did 750. So guys, a total, and we didn't even take it beyond that. We just hit our 750 and we didn't keep trading. But some of these days just kept going. That makes for a total this week of $3,750. Okay, $3,750 on the week, just using this simple strategy, and how the Maverick AI Pro could have kept you on the right side of the tracks using this super popular strategy. And folks, by the way, we didn't even use the Maverick radar. If you go back to the previous 2 weekends, we recapped everything just taking blind setups, taking blind A+ setups from the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. This is the game changer right now, right here. So many of you guys have emailed me going, this has absolutely changed my trading game, hence a game changer. The ultimate trading assistant, it serves up when you have no setup, when you have a B setup, and when you have an A setup. And yes, it does work on stocks, it does work on futures, it does work on crypto. If you can trade it, or chart it rather, I guess I should say, on TradingView or NinjaTrader, this sucker's killing it right now. And you're trading, again, futures, stocks, crypto, Forex. We were trading options on Friday. These indicators are just absolutely crushing it, especially the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. You owe it to yourself to go check it out. It's such a game changer. And right now, the Ultimate Edge bundle, not only does it come with a license to either TradingView or NinjaTrader, it actually comes with both. So you get a license to both TradingView and NinjaTrader. And not only do you get the Maverick AI Pro and the Maverick Multi-X, but you get the Maverick radar for freaking 60% off. If you get it in that bundle, you have to check this thing out. It lets you know when you have an A+ setup happening on your chart. Super game changer. The Maverick Trender, you guys just saw it on my chart. You'll never see me trade without it on my chart. You get that. You get the Maverick Auto Gold levels. Are you kidding? You got it. This thing's sick. Go look it up on YouTube. It's like literally magnetic level to level on your gold chart. Buy sell beta. This is something that we were beta testing about a year ago, and we just let you have it for fun. Super fun buy and sell indicator. Maverick Orb, we just looked at this one that we just won 5 out of 5 days using this in combination with the Maverick AI Pro. Maverick Bear Bull, this sucker is really, really powerful, and it's actually baked into the Maverick radar, and it tells you who's in control. It's doing a ton of calculations to figure out who's in control, the bears or the bulls. And it's super fun indicator. The Mav background, which allows you to kind of set your background color to multiple Maverick indicators. So if you like one certain indicator, this will allow you to change the background to let you know what that indicator is doing. And then the Maverick signals, which again, you will never see me without this on my chart. Banger signals, and you saw some of them today where we got either a buy signal or a sell signal way before the move even happens. This one absolutely is always on my charts. You will see that. And right now that's all coming in the Ultimate Edge bundle. So listen, if you want edge in the market, if you want clear charts, not financial advice, do your own research, come read what our traders are saying. We would love, love, love to help you crush it in 2026. We have 7-day-a-week support. So that's something that sets us, I think, separate from everybody else. And we really care about your success. We want you to succeed. And anybody that's been a member over this last year knows that, because the Ultimate Edge bundle literally started with just 2 indicators. When you bought the Ultimate Edge bundle, it was just 2 indicators. And then as we were releasing some of these newer indicators, we just gave them to our lifetime members of the Ultimate Edge bundle. And now that bundle is up to 10 indicators. It literally works out to just under $70 an indicator. I mean, one time, like nobody's doing that type of thing. And by the way, the Maverick Zones is coming out soon, and that is going to be deeply discounted to anybody who is a lifetime member of the Ultimate Edge bundle. I mean, deeply, like we're talking, it's crazy. I love, love, love. You guys know this. Any of my OGs, any of the people that have been part of the Maverick community for a long time, you guys know I love to take care of you, love to hook you up. And we got so much fire stuff coming out soon. It's gonna like knock your socks off, I promise. So, come check us out. We would love, love, love to help you crush it. Again, never financial advice. Nothing is ever guaranteed in the markets. Who knows? Somebody can tweet something and send the market all crazy and stuff. But on the regular, man, we are just having so much fun with these indicators. So, hey, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.